What up, what up, what up? What's up, y'all? This your girl Goldmouth. I decided to make me a desk. I needed a desk for my room. If you guys don't know, I was redoing my room, and I need a desk that's gonna go with my room and not look too desky. You feel me? Not too officey or whatever. But anyway, I came up with this design of a desk that I wanted because I was trying to find desks that was going to suit my needs, and I could not find a desk. But anyway, I have already glued this together. I went to Home Depot and told them to cut out two 29 by 18 pieces of wood for the top and the bottom, and for the sides I cut out two 6 by 18 pieces of wood. So all I did was glued it together. And for that back, as you can see, he did not cut it as long as I wanted it because I wanted it to be completely closed in the back. But fortunately, he cut it smaller than I wanted, which was actually good. It turned out great for what I needed for. And as you can see, I'm just putting screws in the top of this, of the top wood, which I should not have done. In hindsight, I should have gotten the wood to go in on the sides. As far as the screws, I should have had the screws go in on the side, but either way it worked out good in the end. So anyways, I'm screwing the top, and I also screwed the bottom the exact same way I'm screwing the top. And I got some leftover screws I had, but this is how it looks when it's all put together. I needed to get this on a budget. And the desk that I wanted was a simple desk, y'all. Simple desk was like $100. And that was the cheapest that I could find. As far as the one to suit my needs. I mean, they do got cheaper price desks, but the one that's going to actually suit me. So if I wanted to do everything that I wanted to do, which is basically just hold bigger stuff on the inside that I ain't got to have storage on top and still not look like too much of a bulky desk. And as you can see, he cut one of those woods right there. I was showing you up there a little bit shorter, so it sticks out in the back a little bit. So I made that the back, and I evened it in the front. And as you know, this is unfinished wood, so I had to get some wood filler. And all wood filler is, it just fills in the cracks on like the edges of, I think you call this compressed wood or whatever you call it. See right here, as you can see those little holes in the wood. The wood filler, just you put that on and you smooth it on there, and it fills in those holes. I don't know what you call those holes, but they just come when you have that's just cheap wood, okay? So you got to make it work, baby, unless you want to just drop a bag on some other wood. I mean, it won't be a bag, but you know, it'll be more than what I paid for this wood was. I had to buy a whole slab. I guess you call it a slab, but it was a really big piece, and I think it was $17 and change at Home Depot. And the desk that I wanted, or the desk that I seen, was hundreds of dollars, $150, $199, $250. But I wanted a desk that could serve as a place to hold my camera stuff too, as well as whatever big stuff I want to put in, and also hold me a little vanity mirror too, y'all. So I'm gonna get me one of them. So anyway, I'm just showing you guys the difference between the wood that I did put the wood filler on. See how smooth it got? It got real smooth. And this me doing the other side right here. All I'm gonna do is put it on there and smooth it down, y'all. And it works so good. This is my first time ever using wood filler, because usually I just go the little ghetto cheap route, and I use putty or plaster or whatever. What you call that? You call it spackling, that you would put on like for drywall. But this was my first time using actual wood filler because I wanted my desk to be made good, y'all. I wanted it to be made by a professional, okay? I wanted it like that, okay? Anyhow, that's me just smoothing it all in there, and you have to push it down in there so it will fill up those holes, because what you want to do is you want those holes to disappear so it can be 100% smooth. Now, I'm trying to teach y'all something now. I didn't cut this wood. I could have cut this wood because I do have a saw, but if you go to Home Depot and ask them to cut you some wood, as long as it's not too small for your, for them to cut, then they're gonna cut it, okay? So this is what the desk looks like. This looks like an old schoolhouse desk, like the shape of it. It looks like an old school desk, when you was in, 4th grade, 5th grade, those kind of desks. So that's kind of what this desk puts me in the mind of, except this is a grown-up desk, okay? So that is the color paint that I'm going to be using. Ready to use chipped granite. It was already ready to use in this color from Walmart. I ain't have to ask them to mix it or none of that. So this is how it looks straight out of the can. And I chose this color because it matches the color in my room already. So, y'all see I got a little bit of white left on there. And I don't know why I'm putting my feet like that. But anyhow, it got a little bit of white. I think I mixed it up. I had white on that paintbrush. That's what happened with that. So this is what the paint looks like. It goes on a lighter color than it actually dries. As you can see, the dried paint is actually darker. And this paint worked out very well for my needs and my wants. I didn't have to worry about, so I could actually color code it to the colors that are in my room. And it still can work if I ever change the colors in my room. You know, it's still not too, it ain't pink, it ain't purple, you know, all of that, those funky colors that I would have. You know, I want my room to be, well, not I want my room to be, but the colors that I could have painted my room. So after I painted it, as you can see, those little grooves, I think this is the side of it. No, this is the side where I got the wood. So I'm just going to sand it. Oh, the front part I had already sanded. I'm just showing you guys that. Now on the side, I didn't really too much care about the side, but I'm going to get my sander and I'm going to sand the whole side. And as you can see, I'm sanding it now, even though it's removing some paint. The paint also serves as a filler as well, kind of like the wood filler. You don't necessarily need the wood filler if you put enough paint on it and let it set and let it dry, and then you sand it again. And then once you sand it smooth, you can go ahead and repaint the surface of that, and then that'll serve you the same purpose as the wood filler. Okay, the only reason I use the wood filler is because I had it with me, and it's, you know, it was much easier, but I already had it. But if you just so happen now they don't have none, you can just go ahead and paint it. Don't tell nobody I told you. Just go ahead and paint it. But you might need a little extra paint, because when you paint it and you let it dry, you got to sand it, okay? Then once you sand it and get it smooth, you want to paint over that again, okay? And that's going to give you your smooth finish for your wood. Any cheap wood, because this is considered cheap wood, is pressed or whatever. So I'm just going to go on, because the reason why I'm sanding it now is because I did not want, sometimes when you paint wood, like the first little coat or whatever, it gives you a sticky feeling depending on what type of paint you use. Now, this paint that I'm using is a semi-gloss paint. And this paint is just fine, but the glossy feel and stuff like that, like if you have papers on it or something like that, it's going to give it a sticky feel to your desk. So I have to go in, sand it. Now, right here in this part, I'm showing you the spackling, because I did not like those screws the way I had put them on there. So I put a blob, I guess you would call it a blob of spackling over each screw, because the screws kind of stuck up and they didn't look good, y'all. Like I said before, if I would have did the wood and had the side pieces, you know, not in the middle, I could have just put the screws in the side. But anyway, here are some table legs that I got off Amazon for my desk. Okay, these legs came from Amazon, and they are adjustable 28-inch legs for desk and tables and all of that. Now, since I had to take some back, I feel like I got some sort of a discount, but I didn't. But I had to return something to Amazon one time, and I still had money in my little Amazon cart. I had got the refund in my Amazon, I guess you call it Amazon Pay or whatever, but I had money in there. So with the little change I got from my refund, I only paid like $8 for these, but I think they like $40, something like that. Y'all, I'll leave a link in the description below if I remember. If y'all need it, y'all let me know, because I might forget. But I like these legs so far, but this is my first time, and it got a little dent right there. See right there? That's a little dent, but I don't think it's gonna make or break these legs, because it's way up there, and that's gonna be hidden underneath one of those. I forgot what you call it, but it's another piece that goes onto the legs, so it's gonna be hidden. They feel real sturdy. They real metal legs, and the bottom piece that's adjustable, it is plastic. Now that piece right there that twists, it's plastic and it's adjustable. I think I kept mine all at the same level that they, you know, all the way twisted down. I didn't make it any higher, but I think it's adjustable up to like 1 inch high. So it came with 4 legs. It was close to $40, I want to say, but I really paid $8, so I feel like I got a deal, even though I still spent my own money. But since I had money in my Amazon thing, I feel like I got a discount, child. But for y'all, it's gonna cost close to $40, and that's it, y'all. $40 for those legs is not bad, because I get the desk that I wanted, even though I had to put the work in with all the painting and the sanding and getting it cut and all of that stuff. I had to put that much work in, but as far as the money, is way less than any desk that I would see that will serve the same purpose, and that will be exactly what I wanted. I could not find what I wanted. This is what I wanted, so I went ahead and spent a little extra money on some more legs. Trying to make my own dish, y'all. I ain't redoing this. So anyways, these are the plates. I guess you call these plates or whatever. And these go on the legs, and it comes with the screws. It comes with everything you need to put these legs on a desk or table. I picked these legs because they had really great reviews. So I just took a chance because everybody was, liking them or whatever. And they worked out great, y'all. They worked out really, really great. So all you got to do is get the middle piece and you screw it on there. You screw it all the way on there. And then once you screw it on there, you're pretty much done. All you got to do is screw the legs to the table. But you got to make sure you twist hard so you can get it flush. Get the leg flush with the plate, okay? So right here, I had to twist it back off just in order to twist it back on. I think once I twisted it off and I twisted it back on, it was good to go. So once you get the leg on, all you got to do is find your place on the table that you want it. Now, the instructions say, I had looked up some YouTube videos on how to put legs on the table, and they said go 2 inches from the inside of the desk. I was not finna go 2 inches from the inside of the desk or table or whatever, because that was a lot. 2 inches was a lot. But these, I don't know, these little plates that go on these legs, I guess they maybe like an inch. But from its own corner, it ain't even a half an inch. So I just kind of use my thumb. Like right here, I'm showing you what the desk looks like. Oh, this is it finished. Y'all didn't see this part. This is what it looked like finished. As you can see, those screws that I put on the top, they completely gone. I sanded it and painted that spackling that I put on there. And then I smoothed it out with the sander. Now, I'm flipping over here. You see those little scratches on the bottom of the desk? I don't care about them. I ain't finna even look at them no more. So don't close your eyes. That's going to be underneath. Ain't nobody finna crawl underneath my desk and say, I missed a spot. Or I got scratches on it. But see, I didn't see those screws right there. I did not do anything to them because they're underneath. And all I did was, I measured these with my finger, y'all. I put my thumb on each side, or one of my fingers, and I put it on each side, and I made sure that it was the same size on each one. The same length of space off of each one. So now, as you can see, I screwed one in first, and then I went and I made a screw for each one. I put one screw in each leg. Then I measured it. The reason why I did one screw in each leg, because I wanted to make sure they was like the same length around. Now, if you need to use a tape measure, feel free. You can use the tape measure to make sure your legs is even on each side. But I just used my thumb, and that was it, child. I'm finna screw this thing in, and then once I get done screwing this in, we good to go, baby. We good to go. And I love my desk. Go on, put the screw in there, Goldmile, because you just doing too much. Hurry up. Screw is in. Bam. Next clip, please. Next clip. Oh, wait. Next screw. Okay, let me put that screw in. And then we good to go, baby. Once I get this screw in here, I'm going to flip this table around. And I'm going to say, ta-da! And y'all going to say, period. Okay? Don't sleep on Goldmile, because she be building stuff, okay? Anyways, y'all, that is it for those screws. I think I got a screw. I fixed all those screws. So anyway, ta-da! Y'all got to say period, okay? If you watch this video all the way to this point, comment period below, okay? So this is how I wanted my desk. It has enough space that I can store like my camera and stuff in while I'm recording, and I can put all my stuff away and it'll still be clean and in order while it's in my room, okay? Girl, Look at what I did. It got enough space. I measured this space based off of the width of my tripods and all of that extra stuff that's going to go in there. That's how I got my 6-inch measurement. So I figured 6 inches, all my stuff can just get shoved in there and I'll be good. Now, look at those legs, y'all. Them legs sexy, baby. Ooh, yes. It's going to fit very well in my room, in my little section. I'm on a little